welcome to the space. I just want to really say happy 2022 if I haven't already. And yeah, just have a little chat and a little update on some things. My own personal stuff actually, really, but I feel that sometimes when we share certain things, it helps someone in the collective as well that may be wondering or going through these sorts of transitions and experiments, because I'm always up for experimenting and trying and trying things, seeing what I'm meant to be doing and how my life is meant to be unfolding. It's always been very deep within me that I'm here to hold a deeply spiritual transition at this time, through this new earth frequencies that we are moving through. And yet it's been actually a rather tricky existence to have, because we're moving through stuff, and as we're moving through stuff, we and having to step up and do this kind of work and be the kind of person that we also come with the actual part of ourselves that carries potentially trauma, limiting beliefs and things that we haven't potentially managed to be successful with, if you can say successful, in other lifetimes. And so we're coming through into this lifetime to really bring that in and anchor that in and work through it. So with that, we have to work through the challenges to really accept ourselves and to be the person that we truly have come here to be, the human existence on that soul level, that soul contract, that soul template that we have created. So honoring that is always really important. Now, I've always explored this idea, though, that there are lots of people that take on spiritual names and change their names, and I really thought I wanted to play with this and I wanted to do this. I didn't really like my last name, which is Polden, and I thought, right, well, I've got to this age now where everyone else I know around me is kind of children, marriage, and that kind of thing, and I'm really dedicating myself to this path. And so I called in, like, what can I do to kind of really hold that within myself and represent that. And it felt like, I'll change my last name and let's have a play with my first name and change the A to the E, and actually maybe it will help me with my introvert tendencies and my hermit tendencies and things like that, because that was something I was struggling with, being on social media and really like holding that resonance. It was quite difficult to bring that to the table within what was going on for me. And so yeah, I changed the name, as you know. I've always spoken about it, and I did a whole ceremony. It wasn't just like a whimsical off the bat decision. However, I noticed my vibration did change. Not necessarily bad, but it really changed. My spiritual path seemed to really shift and change, and other things started to just change in my life. And I was speaking to a really amazing soul plan guy who I'm going to be having a full session with. His name's Marcus, and he is called, I think, Starseed something handle. So if you ever want to check his work out, but I mentioned it. I said, I feel like I've changed a little bit, and my numbers have changed. And we just briefly went over that I've got quite these potent numbers in the soul plan. So I thought, this is it. Something just keeps calling into me that there's something. I've taken something away by taking the letters and the name. It's taken something energetically away. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I brought that back. I've brought it back to last night, again in a ceremony. And yeah, I feel really shifted. I feel really lifted and aligned, and I can feel parts of my soul aspects kind of closer now, which some of them felt, not necessarily all of them, it's not like you're going to just be departed completely, but I definitely felt like a distancing, and yeah, it was kind of, it felt weird. So yeah, I wanted to share that with people, just so that you kind of understand that we can play and we can do these things, but definitely understand the power within yourself and what you're already holding in your names and so on, because there's potentially a lot more going on for you within your name than you might realize, and the things that we want to run away from because they're difficult, we have to face them. We've come here to do that, and so as difficult as that is sometimes, just face up, because the treasure's at the end of that, isn't it? So yes, honouring it, and I just want to send a transmission through as well, because I don't think I've actually done one this New Year. It might have been just before New Year, I'm not sure. Probably wearing the same jumper as well. Okay. So I'm just in my garden and just hearing all the birds, feeling this beautiful windy energy, feeling into the presence of the trees and the clouds and the elements, all the plants. I'm just going to bring that energy, that frequency in through this transmission as well. The natural nature that's just flowing and being and accepting all that they are. From their challenges, their weaknesses, to their gifts, to their strengths, and their beauty. And all of that is pure, and in its purity is always within all things. We only need to bring our awareness to it, to remember it was there all along. Naria shambru tarai kitraya sun deria praweshar akure irutush nar era ar ukure id alalaya mar utosh nir ayashura ikiatara irakatara iashara ikira ayara iashikira ishara era akira iashakira atara Ishara ara era ikira ashana ira ekira ayawasher akira ish ikira era wai ira kwair ira ur ush. And just thanking yourself, all the beings that are in their purity, and honouring this, honouring themselves, honouring their hearts and all of their existence. Sending you all the love, and I will see you soon.